This is the Tigers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Detroit Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
I mean, you talk about a game that was drunk, and we stayed awake for the ending. A root canal of a game. Welcome into a live Locked On Tigers postcast. I am your host, Jake Riepma. You can follow me on Twitter at Jake_Riepma. This is your Locked On Tigers post-game show. It's your destination following the final out. Make sure you like today's video. Go ahead and subscribe as well, because we stay up late and witness the unraveling of one of the more difficult games to watch, because the Tigers defense was that horrific. I put it on the marquee because this game was drunk. Would love your comments on it as well, because it's a collaborative environment here. We can commiserate together after the Tigers have dropped the first two games in the series. All kinds of foolish play, foolish base running, and horrific defense out there. And unfortunately, that all outweighs the Riley Greene grand slam. But we'll talk about it. I'll have my turning point, our talking point, and our player of the game. So buckle up, dial it in, and let's have a great post-game show as we're about 1:30 in the morning. Gotta love the series on the West Coast with the 10 o'clock Eastern first pitch. So here we go. Tigers lose in extra innings to the Athletics. Second straight loss to the A's. Third straight loss overall. And it feels like, unfortunately, the Tigers have just gotten snake bit all of a sudden in Sacramento. So let's begin with our biggest talking point. That's usually where we start, and it's next on the Locked On Tigers postcast.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I think more than anything, the Tigers just looking like an elementary team defensively. I mean, these are routine plays, and the official stat is 9 errors in their last 6 games, but it's worse than that. They somehow get a double play because Cole Keith can't field a fly ball. I mean, he has the one error, and then he misses another one. Somebody help me. What is going on? McKinstry with a unfortunate play at shortstop, and he comes up with the clutch hit in extra innings to no avail due to the Athletics scoring 2 runs in the home half of the 10th. And I know I'm all over the place right now, but that's how frustrated I am after staying up for that. And it's just Riley Greene throwing the ball home and allowing an extra base in the home half of the 10th. The Athletic, that totally disrupts and changes the factoring in the 10th inning there of a runner moving up to second. And I did not say that very well, so bear with me here. But Riley Greene coming up throwing on the single to left when that runner is halfway home. Hit the cutoff man, throw it to second base, prevent the runner from gaining an extra base. I mean, these are elementary little league concepts that the Tigers just didn't have tonight, and it's a head scratcher as I literally scratch my head here on a live Locked On Tigers postcast. So that's my biggest talking point, and what I think we should all be talking about is the concern that this team, for whatever reason, from time to time will just get into this funk where they lose the ability to perform the normal duties of a Major League Baseball team. Spencer Torkelson stabbing at balls in the dirt. And I know that's a tough play, but fundamentally he's not executing what you do as a first baseman in a ball in the dirt. And Torres makes that nice stop and fires it over to first, and Torque is just stabbing at it. He doesn't even get glove on it. It goes all the way to the wall in front of the dugout. So it's just, and again, all of that magnifies with a loss. I totally understand that. And if the Tigers bullpen is able to pitch a scoreless 10th, we're talking about Zach McKinstry's really impressive at bat and a single that gets a run home after 2 egregious strikeouts from Riley Greene and Spencer Torkelson. And I wish we were talking about that. But again, the fact of the matter is this team has played some horrific defense over the last 6 games as a sample size, and it kind of came to a head tonight. But there are a ton of comments to get into, and that means a lot of people staying up late, which I appreciate. Demetrius McNeil is up first. He says, Jake, men in scoring position, shady defense, that's a disaster, and your only hope is to salvage a game or you're getting swept by the Athletics. Come back next game. Yeah, the numbers with runners in scoring position, certainly not good. The Tigers leave 9 men on base, 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Javi Baez 0 for 3. And boy, he had some really bad at-bats. The game was so long and it's so late. I honestly don't remember which inning. I made note of it, but first pitch swinging, popping it up, just typical Javi Baez stuff. And again, these are all things that get magnified in a loss. And if it's a win, we're talking about Riley Greene's 470-foot bomb. It might even been more than 470 feet. I don't have it in front of me, but it was the Tigers' longest home run in the StatCast era and the longest grand slam, I believe. And gosh, I don't know what I did with my phone. I had it on the Twitter and bookmarked and everything. And this is how flustered I am that I don't even know where my phone is. Everybody bear with me. It's late. I love you guys. So that being said, when it's a loss, this is what you end up talking about instead of the really, I guess, tape measure historically long home run from Riley Greene that, oh, by the way, was a grand slam as well. Braylon Dennis is up next. He's in all caps. I love it. Horrible defense, horrible at bats, all around horrible. Colvin is up next. Now we know how it feels to be on the other side of a walk-off win. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it was just like a week ago. I think a week ago to the day. I don't know. It's late. The days are running together. Where the Tigers won on that walk-off walk in a pitcher's duel with Gleyber Torres up to bat. And this was anything but a pitcher's duel. And that's another part. Charlie Morton, Uncle Charlie. We love Uncle Charlie. And hopefully he's, proves to be a valuable acquisition. I think there still needs to be a lot of sample size to play out, and tough night tonight, 5 earned runs in 5 innings. But hey, it's that kind of night, that kind of ballpark. It happens. Mark comments next. I think he speaks for all of us. I stayed up for that trash. I have to get up for work at 4 a.m. Oh no, Mark, that's tough, brother. I appreciate you tuning in. So hopefully 3 hours of sleep is enough. Jake Goodwin is up next. How the crap does a short bouncer get through? I feel the same way. Amber, appreciate Amber bringing some positivity. We appreciate that, Amber. What a close game that was. Indeed it was. DT Lions, I haven't heard this one before. DFA Vest, I don't want a pitcher on this team who can only throw strikes in the 9th inning, and screw Greene for his dumbass decisions. Don't even care if he got a grand slam. Well, DT Lions, listen, I'm usually the most emotional and irrational one, but you have me beat on that end. I don't think Will Vest, as the Tigers' best bullpen pitcher, is going to get DFA'd, and I don't think yes, Riley Greene should not have thrown the ball home in the 10th inning, but my goodness, I don't think we're quite to that drastic of measures yet. Christopher Nuola, this was our worst loss this year, in my opinion. I don't disagree with that. It might be recency bias be damned. This is how I feel in the moment. It feels like the worst loss of the season. It really does. Now, fortunately, the cushion that the Tigers have built, you can afford some setbacks like this. Obviously, you don't want to make a habit of it, but my goodness, this was a morale killer for sure. Coven says Z-Mac with another rough day, made up for with his hit, not his usual self on defense. I agree. It's weird. It's like that bad defense becomes contagious. It's really how I feel about it, and how it seems to play out at the major league level, where one guy after another, it's contagious. It has a trickle down effect. That's really how I feel. Martin Boonstra is up next. Will Vest walking 3 in the bottom of the 10th. Not ideal, very frustrating. Hey, I would agree with that too, but I'm not ready to DFA Will Vest because he had a rough night. John Meadows says they get to 25 over, then forget how to play baseball. I believe you're referring to 25 over 500. Yes, it does feel like that. Mark says, I missed the ending with Vest. How do you walk 3 guys in the 10th? Well, I'm not taking it out on you. We're all frustrated here, but he could not find the strike zone. And then I guess credit, who was it, Thomas for the A's, that just looked like he'd never held a bat in his life, trying to lay down a bunt. And after 2 strikes, he somehow is able to lay down said bunt, and that advances the runners. And then, to your point, Will Vest just couldn't make the pitches. Jolt Music is up next. Not the end of the world, but a horrible loss. Vest cannot walk a man in there, and Morton looked rough. Need to clean everything up across the board. Indeed. And I know I've said this at length, and at this point kind of sounding like a broken record, but the schedule in the month of August is very kind to the Detroit Tigers, just purely from an off day standpoint, where each week they have a day off, and they'll have a day off on Thursday. So my goodness, I hope they can salvage at least one game and then get to an off day and just regroup. Kenneth Hood says, I've seen 6th graders scoop better than Torque. Yeah, he just does. He looks uncomfortable, which is just a difficult realization, because he hasn't been uncomfortable. And at that position, he's made such drastic improvements, but not tonight. So here's one positive that we'll end it with. I like it from Coven. Kyle Finnegan continues to absolutely mow batters down. He did. He looked so good in that 9th inning. All right, let's gosh, there's so many comments, and I appreciate it, guys. I really do. I wish I could get to every single one of them. But we're going to take a quick break, and then we will keep the lights on at Locked On Sports by reading a few ads, and then we will have our turning point and our player of the game. That's all next on a live Locked On Tigers postcast. Hey, this episode of the Locked On Tigers postcast is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. I need some 5 Hour Energy right now. It's time to fuel up and turn it up with 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. This grape, ginger, and lime flavored shot brings the iconic taste of a golf course favorite to a non-alcoholic boost. It's perfect for sinking birdies or making great memories with friends. It's a hole-in-one for your energy game. And whether you're out on the course, you just need a little extra push to power through your day. How about Mark? Mark could use some 5 Hour Energy. He's got to be up for work at 4. 5 Hour Energy Transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavor you love without ever leaving the green. It's perfect for the golf course. And when you get that extra jolt of adrenaline when something crazy happens on the golf course, that's exactly what 5 Hour Energy provides. Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. The grape, ginger, lime flavor of 5 Hour Energy Transfusion gives you the best part of your clubhouse go-to without ever leaving the course or chasing down the bev cart. Now you can amp up the fun or even more. Just buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for any 2 golf tournaments in the USA. Tee up that trip. Visit 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. That's 5hewin.com. No purchase necessary. Excludes the Masters tournament. Ends October 31st, 2025. Today's episode is also brought to you by our good friends over at FanDuel. And here we go. This one's tough. August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you the deals on the NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. So take a flyer on the MVP race. How about Jared Goff, maybe Jahmyr Gibbs? Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. Oh, I gotta laugh sometimes. Life is funny. Laugh or cry, laugh or cry. And that's how I felt watching this Tigers game. They lose to the Athletics in extra innings 7-6. Tigers have dropped the first two of this series. All right. Couple of questions and comments in the section. Anthony Robinson, Torque struck out on balls out of the strike zone. I would agree with that. He and Riley Greene, both bad strikeouts there in that 10th inning. But let's get to our turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
It's got to be when the Detroit Tigers forgot how to play baseball. So take your pick, whichever time, whether it was Torque's forgetting how to scoop a ball at first base, McKinstry forgetting how to play shortstop, Colt Keith forgetting how to field a fly ball multiple times, Riley Greene forgetting you can't throw a runner out when you're receiving the ball and he's already rounded third. So maybe throw it to second to prevent a runner from going and taking the extra base that just so happens to double as the winning run. But yeah, I'm being facetious and upset, but this game turned multiple times when the Tigers put forth that horrific display of defense. And, we'll hold some of the pitchers accountable as well. You can't walk three guys in the extra inning session. It's a recipe for failure. And that's exactly how it played out. How about our player of the game?
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I never want this to turn into one big bitch fest, and I don't know if I can say that on here, so maybe I'll be getting a call, but hey, it's 1:42 in the morning, and we're recapping a really bad Tigers loss and trying to pick a player of the game in this one. So 4 more RBIs for the young shortstop, Jacob Wilson, and he really brought it tonight for the Athletics. So go ahead and make him our player of the game. But thanks for staying up late with me tonight. I know the Tigers certainly didn't have it in a lot of ways, and they'll try to salvage one more game. I wish it was the day game tomorrow. I don't know why on getaway day. I guess with the Tigers having an off day tomorrow, it's not as big of a deal, or an off day Thursday. I'm sorry, but I like that series finale on a day game. I really do. And here's Anthony Robinson in the comments. I appreciate this, Jake, but it is a bitch fest. There we go. So if I wasn't allowed to say it, hey, I said it anyways, and that's what it is after some of these games. So hey, I want this to be like I said, a place that we can all gather and share our thoughts and be real with one another and cheer on the Tigers. Because listen, this is fan-centric content. It's free and available wherever you get your podcasts. It's a post-game reaction show. It's raw, it's in the moment, and that's what we're going to do. So hopefully the Tigers can salvage a game in the finale today. I said tomorrow. It's really today because we're past midnight, right? And we'll be with you afterwards for a Locked On Tigers post-game show. Make sure you check out Locked On Tigers with Scott Bentley. And hey, thanks for staying up late. I know everybody's got lives, but man, this is crazy that we had this many people chiming in and commenting at 1:45 local time. So that's a testament to everybody cheering this team on and making this a fun post-game landing spot, even if the result on the field is anything but fun. So we'll be back with you later today. Tigers and A's. I forgot to check who the Tigers starting pitcher will be. Let's go ahead and fire up the internet machine. And according to the good old trusty reliable MLB.com, we've got Casey Mize and Luis Morales going tomorrow. So Casey Mize, 12-4 on the season. Love to see something from him. All right. There we go. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Get some sleep. I know everybody's got work tomorrow and everything, and we'll be back with you later today as the Tigers try to avoid the sweep against the Athletics. Until then, have a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in to the Locked On Tigers Postcast.